Good morning. Good morning. This is Susan McMullen coming to you. It's 8:30. Conversations and coffee with me. So every morning I meet you here. Hey Brian, how are you? Did you get that tree chopped down some? Ew, I feel bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so thankful it didn't hit your house. So yeah. Hey Carrie, how are you? So good morning again. I'm Susan McMullen. Hi Tina. It's been ages. So I'm Susan McMullen. I am the founder of the Social Sisterhood, a lovely, lovely networking group of women based on fun and more play and meeting people. So I'm the founder of that. I'm also a partner with Rodan and Fields, and I'm also a mentor of such to women so that they can be bigger than they think they can be. So oh good, Brian, my brother-in-law is on here, which is always fun, and they had a great big tree fall the other day in the windstorm, and he just said he's waiting on the adjuster this morning. I was so thankful. It took out a boat and a camper, and he was standing in the kitchen cooking, and this guy has already survived an electrocution quite a few years ago. We didn't know if he was going to make it through that. I told Laura, my sister, God's got great things for you going on, because that tree could have hit you standing in the kitchen. So thankful that you're alive and well. So anyway, thank you everyone for being here this morning. I'm so happy to have you. Glad you get up and join me in the morning. It is another gorgeous day outside, sunny. I hope you have a cup of coffee with you, because this is a little bit of a longer one and a more interesting, it's just kind of not more interesting, but it's an interesting topic. So I've got a little story I'm going to share with you, but first I want to show you something. So in our household, this magazine comes to us, and it's a Weight Watcher magazine. And I don't go to Weight Watchers, but I love to look at the stories because I like to see the inspiration. And I love all the hearts and smiley faces, so I can't tell who's doing that, but I love it. Thank you. So one of the things I wanted to show in this that came this time, because I just kind of flipped through it. It comes to my daughter, and then I kind of flip through it and take a look at it. So I was looking at it. So I'm going to flip this around for a second, because I want to show you 4 different women on here, and then well, actually there's 5. But then, so I'm going to show them to you, and then we're going to talk about that for a second. So I'm going to flip this around. Give me just half a second. Okay, so it's out of a Weight Watcher magazine. So here's the first girl. Her name is Whitney, and this is a girl who decided that she felt like she had let herself go, and she didn't go to, I think it was a friend's wedding that she didn't go to, because she didn't want people to look at her and think, oh my gosh, you know, I have not kept up with myself and taken care of myself. And this next woman right here, her name is Susan something, and she's lost over 100 pounds. She was over 200 pounds, had a hard time kind of, I think, walking and just, you know, not feeling good about herself. So she lost over 100. And then there's this one down here who was in a horrible car accident and had to learn to walk all over again, and started realizing things like, why did I always hate my thighs? Why didn't I like what I had to begin with? Those kinds of things. This one over here, Samantha, if you look down here, she only has 2 fingers. And she was always afraid that people would make fun of her. They made fun of her in high school. And as she got older, she just kind of hid. Now, she's gorgeous. Look at this. She's gorgeous with 2 fingers. That's what makes her unique. But she thought that was a detriment and tried to hide. This girl right here, her name is Kimberly. See the scars on her stomach? She had pancreatic cancer, I believe, and was diagnosed with that when she was like 24 years old, I think is what it said. So I show you those pictures because we are all so hard on ourselves, and we don't give ourselves the credit that we are man or woman, that we are gorgeous, that we are gifted, that we are talented. It's not really about, you know, how we look per se, but how we feel and how we perceive ourselves. That sun's got a funky look on me. Anyway, so so as I was reading that, I was thinking that they lost weight and started to feel better about themselves, and then realized that they had those gifts and things to offer. So what if we realized we had those gifts and things to offer, and then that moved us to take better care of ourselves? So my story that I have that's interesting is that, or I think is interesting, is very serendipitous, is that I have myself gained weight. I have struggled with weight most of my adult life. When I was, I remember being in college and thinking that I was overweight, and I weighed 127 pounds. So, it's all in our head kind of thing. And so then after my mother died years ago, all I could do was take care of her and my family, and I left little for me in the end, and I probably gained 80 pounds. I have struggled with that ever since. And then this past year, I actually put on some more weight. It's like, I think I'm going to blow up here. I'm not sure. But again, not taking care of me, but instead, taking care of everything else that needed to be done. And so then it becomes that you're very, it's kind of a cycle. So you don't take care of yourself because you give to others. And then you feel bad about yourself because you haven't. And then you kind of sink into this dark hole. And so I guess my thing this morning, so what happened is I have gained weight. I have been looking for what it is I should do. And there's a lot of people around. I run in circles with dietary coaches, eating coaches, physical fitness coaches, all those kinds of people that are all lovely. But I'm like, I'm really kind of confused as to how I should eat. I know what makes me feel better, what doesn't. And so I just, but I haven't really wanted to make a choice. So I've kind of sent it to the universe and said, please, somebody show up for me. And that's been, going on for a little while. And it's like, open me up to whatever it is I need to do. Hey, Benjamin. So whatever I need to do, and help me along the way. Help me find those answers. Help me find someone to work with. And I don't really want to I don't want artificial foods. I don't want packaged foods. I want to know what to do. I want to do it and feel better about me. So the interesting thing is the other day with Rodan and Fields, and so there's several points to this. At the end of the story, we'll get to those points. But with Rodan and Fields, I reached out to someone who I do not know, someone who I follow on the website, who used to do business coaching, who did business coaching, and I've just kind of followed her for a while. So she's now doing something new, health and fitness, and she herself has lost about 40 pounds. I think she needs to lose 80. She's lost about 40. And she's just been getting online. So I got on there and I was like, hey, I just, you don't know me at all. I have followed you since blah, blah, blah. Sent her a personal message and a Facebook message. Told her kind of what I was doing and said, would you ever be interested in adding this into your repertoire of things that you offer to people? And she came back and said, I'm totally focused on this. I have a hard time with the shiny object syndrome, and so I'm not really want to do it right now, but that doesn't mean anything, and I'll pass your name along. What can I do to help you? And I said, that's, just pass my name along if you come up with anybody that you think would like to do Rodan and Fields, would like to build a business, or would like to use the product, or would just like to have a contact with that. And she said, oh, I'm happy to. And then I came back and I said, which bodes the question, what can I do for you? And she said, would you be interested? I'm getting my certification. Would you be interested in a practice phone call? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm happy to do that, whatever. So we set up a time. We did that this past week. And before I got on the call, it's really hard. It's not hard, but sometimes you do things when you don't really know people. And so before I got on the call, I said to my daughter, I said, I hope I'm not, this is not going to be a bait and switch kind of thing where I'm on the call and then she tries to whatever. And because I really like her a lot, and she's fun to follow. So when I got on the call, it was a very heartfelt call. It was all a kind of an intake process of what you would do and what your vision is for yourself and this kind of thing. And at the end of that, she said, I would like to invite you to work with me. And I was like, are we still pretending, or is this for real? And she goes, no, it's for real, and it's a gift to you. And so So I was really taken aback, and I was really interested in that because like I said, I had opened it up to the universe to please send someone my way, and here comes a gift that's bigger than life to me to help me out. So it's a personal health and fitness coach that we started yesterday. So you guys are going to hear more about that as we go along, because I'm going to take you on my journey if you want to be a part of that. But the lessons from this that I want to share with you are several different things. One of the things is, for one, this girl and I didn't know her. So it took stepping out of the box to reach out and to not really, to be talking and be offering to do something with nothing in return. And both of us were kind of there. It was like I threw the offer out. It wasn't a high pressure thing. She threw an offer out to me. It wasn't a high pressure. And it really was, I didn't expect anything in return. In fact, I was stunned. When she and I, so stepping out of the box is one. So then when she and I talked, one of the things she said to me is, I so get your story, because she was a business coach and she was kind of chasing money. She was making money, a lot of money, and realized that that wasn't making her happy. So she chose to write a letter to all of her clients and say, I'm not doing this anymore. That is really huge, to be able to honor yourself and to realize that that's not making you happy, and then to move into what is. So that's lesson number 2, is that if something is not making you happy, move, it's okay to say, it's not for me, and move to something that is. And it's okay, because she said to me, I so get you when I say, oh, here we go again, something new. But if you're not checking on things, learning about new things, then you can't grow. And as you grow and change, I know I have a friend on here, Pat, who I met Pat at a chiropractor's office. And she was working there, and she was remodeling some kitchens and doing faux painting. And now she does jewelry, and I think she still does faux painting, but she does beautiful painting. She's followed a passion with that. So honor yourself and follow what it is that does make you happy, because it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. So if you're looking for permission, I'm giving it to you right this second. Do something that makes you happy. So stepping out of your box, doing something that's uncomfortable, and also changing, here we go again, that's okay. In fact, we should have a Here You Go Again club for all of us who just are willing to step out and change and grow and do something different that follows a passion. So that's number 2. And the third thing is, from the magazine that I showed you and the articles I showed you, instead of beating yourself up, or, learn that we're all gifted and we all have tremendous talents to give to this world and to each other. We're all unique in that way. And when you figure that out, then make the choice to take care of you so that you are here for a long time, and that you can offer your stories and your gifts and your talents to others. So with that being said, there were a lot of points in that. I know the story was in that. The gift for me, open yourself up to the universe and see what it has in store for you. Just like step back, out of control. That's like I'm talking to myself. Susan, you're not in control here, because God knows I'm not in control of anything, though I think I am. I'm trying really hard because I'm not. And most of us aren't. So just being open to what the universe and our greater power has in store for us. And that truly was a serendipitous phone call for me, and for her to come back and then offer that as a gift for me was awesome. So with that said, there's a lot of lessons in that. Think about it. Take 1 or 4 of those away. I'd love for you to. And with that said, I'm going to plan on seeing you tomorrow morning at 8:30. I hope I see you here. I love having people on with me and having a conversation. And take care of you between now and tomorrow. The challenge from yesterday was to be in the moment and to notice the little things. And so I'm again going to ask you about that on Friday. So with that said, thank you, Smita, so very much. And again, thank you for being here. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care of you. You are awesome. And as my husband says, I always like to go, awesome, blossom. He goes, do not say that, Susan. That is terrible. That's the worst thing ever. But I love saying that, because you are. And if you don't take care of you and put you first, then you can't share your awesomeness with the world. So I'll see you in the morning at 8:30. See you then. Bye-bye now.